And welcome to Magic. Today I'm just gonna. I don't even know how to call it and say it anymore. I'm keep doing like day every other day and combining the 2 days just because work is. I can only do so much around my schedule, but I'm still here. I'm still talking about it, and especially with the Magic store we got early today, I have besides the cards, we have some things to go over. Let's go over the cards. So we have another Mythic. Axis of Morality got spoiled just an hour ago, actually. It's about 10:13 right now. 2 white, 4 of any color. Mythic Rare, Enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exchange two target players. You may have two target players exchange life totals. Given the fact that you're going to play this later in the game, this card is something that you need to play later in the game. Now it's the beginning of your upkeep. If you can survive one turn with this card in the field, then you have a way to completely screw your opponent up, assuming they're ahead of life and you're not. It's a great card to keep you alive for a certain amount of time. However, that said, once the playing fields start to even out, especially if they have lower or you have higher, then this card just becomes dead weight on the battlefield. But that being said, it's a May ability too, so that's why it's dead weight. If it's not able to do anything, it's not able to do anything. So not terrible, definitely not terrible, but it is a kind of like a catch-22 kind of card. Vicious Conquistadors, 1 black for a 1/2 vampire soldier, uncommon. Whenever it attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. I believe it's Pulse Tracker is the name of the card from the original Zendikar block. Does the exact same thing. They just bumped it up by a toughness. And that card was fine, especially if you have multiples just kind of swinging and pinging. I mean, granted, they'll die pretty easy, but still, pretty solid overall. Makeshift munitions. 1 red, 1 of any color for an enchantment uncommon. You may pay 1 and sacrifice. You may pay 1, sacrifice a artifact or a creature. Makeshift munitions deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Obviously, treasure is a big thing, and we had a Kaladesh block about 2 blocks ago. So you won't have really a shortage of artifacts, especially if you decide to use like the Infinity stuff like not Infinity. Is it Affinity? I can't remember exactly what it was called. But the one that made the servo, the build that made the servos. That could be useful. Also, little tokens and things along those lines. It's a nice little pinger if you can't get any damage in, like with your creatures. It's a nice little pinger to kind of set that, to offset that. Is it amazing? No, I wouldn't say that. But is it alright? It's alright. Another card is it alright? It's alright. Imperial Lancer, 1 white, for a 1/1 human knight. Uncommon. It has double strike as long as you control a dinosaur. It's fine. But again, the dinosaur decks can need smaller cards. So this card definitely helps offset that to some degree. But unless you're able to pump it up, it's just a 1/1 double strike. It means it's nothing more than a 2/2. It looks better than it actually is. It's not terrible. In fact, you can still play it on turn 1. I know there is a turn 2 dinosaur out there, so it's not god awful, but it's not amazing. This kind of seems to be the theme right now. Hell, if anything, I think the makeshift munitions and the Vicious Conquistador are the 2 best cards I've talked about so far. Charging Monstrosaur, which is nothing more than a big old T-Rex. Chasing a dude. 1 red, 4 of any color for an uncommon dinosaur, 5/5, trample haste. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. It's a good card. You're going to use it. There's nothing. That's all I can really say. It's a big old trample 5/5 for the haste 4/5. It's equal. Its mana cost, its power and toughness are all solid. It has a relevant ability, and it can react the moment it gets on the battlefield. It's perfectly usable. Donto, I want to say, we'll go with Donto. A Donto Vanguard, 1 white, 1 of any color for a 1/1 vampire soldier, uncommon. As long as a Donto Vanguard is attacking, it gets +2/+0. So basically, whenever you're attacking, you have a 3/1. You may pay 4 life. This creature gains indestructible till the end of turn. The vampire strategy is going to involve life gain, absolutely. Usually does in some minor form. But I can't say I like this card very much because you're paying 4 of your life just so you can keep a 1/1 around. Yeah, great. It's a 3/1 when it's attacking. It might make for a decent combat trick, but maybe only once or twice, because after that you're paying just too much life for this card. I can't say I'm a big fan of it. The next card, Captivating Crew. One red, 3 of any color for a 4/3 human pirate rare. You may pay 1 red, 3 of any color. Gain control of target creature and opponent controls until the end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until the end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. So yes, you can't use it as a combat trick. You have a perpetual motion device of take your opponent's stuff, and beat them in the face with it. The activation cost is the exact same as this guy's mana cost. So you'll play it next turn. If you want to take control of something, you can take control of something. If not, you can just wait it out. You get more mana, especially with treasure tokens out there. You can take control of multiple things and completely clear their board state out. This thing will take control of any dinosaur on the battlefield, any merfolk, any vampire, any dragon, any freaking any creature, so long as it does not have hexproof. This card is ridiculous. This card is going to see a lot of play, I imagine. You talk about a control card. This is a control card. This is awesome. I love it. Great stuff. River Sneak, 1 blue, 1 of any color for a 1/1 merfolk warrior. This creature cannot be blocked. Whenever another merfolk enters the battlefield under your control, River Sneak gains +1/+1 until the end of turn. So you'll play on turn 2 for a 1/1 that's unblockable. And then whenever your merfolk comes out, if you can play multiples, you can get a 3 for unblock. It's all right. It's fine. It's a nice little engine. It's always going to get damage in, so that's cool. Ruthless Knave, 1 black, 2 of any color for a 3/2 orc pirate. You may pay 2 and 1 black to sacrifice a creature. You create 2 colorless treasure artifact tokens, and on the battlefield tap, create any mana of any color, sacrifice them. Seeing as this, again, I'm talking about perpetual motions, it's where did I put perpetual? I know I used perpetual in there somewhere, but anyway, this thing is going to constantly give you treasure so long as you have something to sacrifice. As long as you got as long as you got a minor creature on the field, like say the River Sneak, it's only a 1/1. You can swing in for that 1 point of damage, sack it, and then gain 2 treasures. Pay out for your dinosaur later on or whatever. It's a solid card. It's completely going to see. I can definitely see it seeing play. Absolutely. Raider's Wake. Now this is interesting. 1 black, 3 of any color for an enchantment, uncommon. Whenever an opponent discards a card, that player loses 2 life. Okay. Raid. At the beginning of your at the beginning of your end step, if you attack with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. They figured out a way to use Raid that's new and different. They put it not on a creature card, because up until this point, as far as I can tell, most Raid cards were, if not all of them, were creature cards. If not, there might have been like 1 or 2, like in instants or sorceries. But that said, I've never seen it on an enchantment. And this is the kind of effect that will get bad very quick. Again, let's use the Vicious Conquistador, for example. You got maybe 1 or 2 of them on. Let's say you got 2 and you have this card on the field. The turn you get this card on the field, you can swing in for 2, assuming they don't get blocked, which is very possible they might. But let's say they don't. You automatically hit for 2 damage. They do another 2 damage to them. And whenever a creature you attack this turn, it's only a creature, so you still, no matter how many, it's only 1. If you attacked with a creature this turn, so they'll discard a card, so you'll do 6 damage in that 1 turn with this card. This card is a again, talking about perpetual motion device, the perpetual motion device of pain and needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, they're going to just continue to lose life very quickly. So yeah, that's a card to look out for. Lightning Rig Crew, 1 red, 2 of any color for a 0/5 Goblin Pirate. Tap Lightning Rig Crew, deal 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever you cast a pirate spell, untap Lightning Rig Crew. Again, perpetual, the cards that trigger themselves almost in some ways. They've done this card before. The red-blue weird from Ravnica was basically a version of this. There's another version of this that I can't remember, but they've done this effect before where you tap it. If you pay a certain card or do something specific, you'll untap it to do it again. And for what it is, it's fine, but this one is much more limited, like where I think it's like, oh god, it's like Jellicent or something like that. That one dealt with instants and sorceries. Therefore, you could put it in a deck. You can make a deck with it much easier, and put it in a deck, and it'll be fine. With this one, it needs to be in the pirate deck. Just no question on that. But on that note, it's still okay. It's not terrible. It's just it is what it is. Rigging Runner, 1 red, one of any color. Excuse me, 1 red, 1/1, uncommon Goblin Pirate. Burst Strike. Raid. Whenever it enters the battlefield with a +1 counter on it, if you attack other creatures this turn. So essentially, you need to attack other creatures to make it a 2/2 with haste. Sorry, 2/2 with first strike. Seeing as there's no way you get the 2/2 on turn 1, you have to get it out probably earliest. I could theoretically see it being turn 2. You get it out. Realistically, I imagine turn 3. And a 2/2 first strike is fine, especially for 1. But it's going to quickly lose its appeal pretty fast. It's just going to be burnt out. It's going to be destroyed pretty quickly. For an early drop, it's fine. Even as a 1/1 first strike on turn 1, it's still solid, honestly. So yeah, it's all right. Field of Ruin, land, uncommon. Add a colorless mon to your mana pool. You may pay 2 of any color and tap and sacrifice this card. Destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Each player searches his or her library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffles his or her library. This essentially is designed to destroy any of the legendary lands, as none of them are indestructible. Any non-basic lands are basically screwed. That's because this is what it's designed for. Other than that, though, you're getting nothing more than a uncommon, uncommon colorless generator. But I mean, again, not the worst. Okay, Kinjali's, I believe it's Kinjali's color, 1 white for a 0/3 human cleric. Common. Dinosaur spells you cost castle 1 less to cast. Gonna be needed in a dinosaur deck. We already have one that is like this, but it's red and it's more expensive. This is the turn 1 I'm gonna play this. On turn 2 I'm gonna play my 3-drop dinosaur. If I got 2 in the back, you're probably gonna run at least 2. I don't know if you'd run a full set of 4, but you definitely would run 2, maybe even 3. 3 might be pushing it, but I'd at least run 2 myself. So it's solid, it's fine, but obviously it's only really gonna work in the dinosaur deck. Come on. Tilonali's Knight. 1 red, 1 of any color for a 2/2 human knight. Common. Whenever Tilonali's Knight attacks, if you control a dinosaur, it gains +1/+1 until the end of turn. Kind of pointless in the long run. I mean, you're playing a bear, so it would bear no downside, so that's fine. But you still have to have dinosaurs out on the field to make it a 3/3 with no added bonus. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, 3/3 with no added bonus when you could just have dinosaurs. Kind of silly. Yeah, there are low-costing dinosaurs, but you could just have dinosaurs. That's the thing. You could just have dinosaurs. So yeah, I don't see that one. No. Brazen Buccaneers. 1 red, 3 of any color for a 2/2 human pirate. Uncommon. Haste. When it enters the battlefield, explore. We know what explore does, so you'll either get a card or you're actually getting a 3/3 haste 4/4. It's okay. Anything with explore is pretty decent. Desperate Castaways, 1 black, 1 of any color for a 2/3 human pirate. Common. Can't attack unless you control an artifact, seeing as there's great ways to get token generators out here for the treasures. It's completely usable. Direfleet Hoarder, 1 black, 1 of any color. When it dies, you create a colorless treasure artifact. It's a 2/1. There's a generator right there. You're pretty much gonna probably swing constantly just to get the extra mana, and then you get the extra mana. Last but not least, Skullduggery, 1 black for an instant common. Until the end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1, and target creature an opponent control gets -1/-1. Good little combat trick, especially if you're like a 3/3 going up against a 4/4. Suddenly you even it out, and they're a 3/3, you're a 4/4, you win. So it's a good little combat trick. Now, excuse me. Wow, I'm just for some reason cold's kicking Not even a cold. I just got like some runny nose for some reason. I'm very stuffed up and I'm sounding a little nasally. Where is that? I gotta get his, find the name. Come on, Dragon Skull Stomach. Yes. Now in the story today, we actually learned at least who the Planeswalker Agroth. That was his name. Agroth is. Uh, Hawatl, yeah, Hawatl or Hawati, Hawati, yeah, Hansel. I believe it's Hawati or Hawatli. Hawatli actually went up against the Planeswalker Agroth. Now it's Agroth, and we know for a fact that Planeswalkers for some reason can't leave Ixalan. There's something about Ixalan's design that, or something about the plane that prevents Planeswalkers from leaving. Obviously, Jace's gonna get off, Roscoe's probably gonna go off, and it probably has something to do with the Golden City. Something about the Golden City, the Eternal Sun, will enable them to do that. Now, we learned. Now, I was wondering what this Planeswalker was, and if we might even see him in this set, because sometimes big sets will have 4 Planeswalkers or more, or over 3 Planeswalkers, 3 to 4 Planeswalkers. It's possible we could see him in the set. Just because we saw Vraska, Jace, and Hawatli doesn't mean we might not see him again. But here's the interesting thing: in the marketing for it, we saw there was a Minotaur on the boosters, and I was wondering what importance he had, and why there was a Minotaur on the plane when I hadn't seen Minotaurs on the plane yet. As far as I could tell, there were no native Minotaurs to the plane, and it's revealed that he is our first Minotaur Planeswalker. Yeah, he's got like these Ghost Rider chains and things along those lines. He's like fighting Hawatli, and she's like on the losing end. That's when her spark ignites, and he's surprised. You're a Planeswalker too. Oh my god, let's help each other. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. We got a Minotaur Planeswalker now. Now, question. Almost certainly he's probably going to be red. Almost all Minotaurs are red or have a red splashed into them. Some of them are like mono black, and I think there might be 1 or 2 mono white ones, but they almost always have red in them. So he's probably red, but do you think he's going to be a red-black Planeswalker or a red-white Planeswalker? Possibly a tricolor combination, like a red-white-black Planeswalker, like an Colligan. Not Colligan. Mardu. That was the color. Like the Mardu color combination. Let me know. I would personally be going like the black red route right now. I think that's the very likely scenario. The most likely in my mind. But anyway, let me know if you think different. If you do, that's cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Back in a little bit with a quick who would win. It's not going to be a very detailed one. It's one I feel like I can do off the top of my head. I just don't have the time to really do in-depth ones this week. But thanks for watching. See you in a little bit.